Hey guys, what is up? It is Alex here, bringing a race review of the 2012 Japanese Grand Prix. And what an important race it was, because the Turn 1 chaos for once took out somebody that was very important in the championship fight. Fernando Alonso getting together with Kimi Raikkonen, pretty much a racing incident, them trying to go into Turn 1 side by side, and Alonso moving over a little bit, meaning that Raikkonen had nowhere to go. They made contact, had a little bit of a crash on the first corner. Alonso was out the first corner. Then the second corner, Grosjean taking out Mark Webber, getting a drive-through and a stop-go later on in the race. But also in the Turn 1 chaos, people like Nico Rosberg got taken out. So that makes a big dent in the World Championship chase, as Fernando Alonso doesn't score any points, while Sebastian Vettel drove an amazing race to claim another victory. But let's go through the race a little bit more and look at some of the key decisions in the race, which made it an entertaining one. The Turn 1 incident brought out the safety car, which ensued for only about 3 laps, but the fact that Mark Webber was down in last position after a little bit of a crash was a bit of a big blow for him after a great qualifying position up in second place on the grid. And it was sad to see him get knocked out, because I thought he had a pretty decent shot at this win, even if Vettel was absolute class of his own today. He dropped back at the end of that first lap. He got into the pits, got those tyres changed around, but I think the safety car only was out for about 2 laps, so that meant he really couldn't catch up to the back of the grid after his pit stop, which left him way down the field and made the race for him a lot harder and made it a bit of a challenging one. So as the safety car came in, Sebastian Vettel got a great restart, pulling out a couple of seconds on Kobayashi just through this section here, and it was amazing to see him get such a good restart. We didn't think Kobayashi was going to be great, but he did leave quite a lot of a gap, and it did mean that he obviously lost a lot of time to him. And then when we come into the first pit stops, everybody getting alright pit stops, but Massa leaving a little bit later than the rest, and that actually meant that Massa jumped Sauber's Kamui Kobayashi up to second position. So after the pit stops had ensued, it was Vettel leading from Massa, then from Kobayashi, with a little bit of a sort of challenge from behind, which was Jenson Button. These top 4 sort of remained for the rest of the race. Jenson Button really having the biggest threat on Kobayashi's podium, but overall Kobayashi kept it together well. The last couple of laps for Kobayashi was a bit frightening, as Button really closed in on the last couple of laps and meant that really it was a bit too close for Sauber's comfort in the last couple of laps, but Kobayashi did keep it together and got a marvellous podium in front of his home crowd. And I'm great to say that Kobayashi got his first podium in Japan, driving a Sauber, which sort of brought his career up to the forefront. And Kobayashi's career has been with Sauber, and who knows where he's going to be next year. But definitely this podium has left him up there in Sauber's list of what drivers they want in that car for next year. Also, Michael Schumacher had a great race to come through the field from 23rd on the grid, and he got a decent position at the end of the race, which really was good to see, even though he was retiring at the end of the year. 11th position at the end of this race wasn't too bad, beating people like Di Resta, Senna and Verne, who obviously didn't have the sort of task of starting right at the back. But it was good to see Schumacher fight his way through the field in his last couple of races of the season and his career. After Hamilton's problems on Saturday, his Sunday drove a lot better than I thought he would. He drove to 5th position in the race finish, and I was thinking about it, really that was pretty lucky, because a little bit of Turn 1 chaos really meant he had a decent position at the end. It still looks like the championship is between Vettel and Alonso, but Hamilton and Raikkonen are still there. Hamilton finished 5th in the race, Raikkonen finishing 6th. Also a good race from Hulkenberg, who is rumoured to replace Massa at Ferrari. But also good races from people like Maldonado and Ricciardo. And a great race through the field from Mark Webber to clinch 9th place in the race. Even after that little bit of a problem on Turn 1, he still drove a pretty decent race to get those points when he needed them. So that's a bit of a random race review. You can see there just a bit of the race action, and if you haven't seen it already, I'm sure that is a very good race to watch. Not a classic, but definitely a fun one to watch, and overall I'd watch it if you're not into F1 and you watch the occasional race. But this did mean some big things in the championship. Alonso on 194 leads Vettel on 190, so only 4 points separating the top 2 in the championship now. Raikkonen still in 3rd with 157, Hamilton with 152 in 4th, Webber in 5th with 134, and Button in 6th with 131. Those are the only 6 I can really see actually having a chance at the title, but most realistically it is down to Alonso and Vettel to get this championship, and it will be a great fight towards the end of the year, considering Alonso hasn't led a race since Hockenheim this year. So guys, that is pretty much it for this race. Hope you all enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, that would be awesome to see. But that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed the race. Leave some comments down in the comment section. And yeah, hope you all have a wonderful day. It's been Alex, and I'm out of here. Bye.